So for this first clip, we are on Ragnarok 74. The population is about 30 right now, and we are watching a guy who we know is part of a larger group. So I know this guy's not alone, but right now he's by himself. He's been separated from his group. So we're just waiting for him to make a mistake, and lo and behold, he accidentally jumps off of his owl. I wasn't really prepared for this, but as soon as I saw it happen, I jump in right away. I grab him. He doesn't expect it at all, and this is a 1,800 melee bloodsucker, so he dies pretty fast. And I throw my Microraptor as a precaution in case he ended up breaking out and getting back on his owl. The Microraptor will track him down and stun him off, which would secure the kill. And I don't kill the owl here in case somebody comes back, because that's a pretty big risk to do that. For this next kill, there's not much to really say about this. We're swimming up to red. We are approaching the Obelisk, as you should from the water. Don't just jump in and land right in the middle. We see this guy, we grab him, he's literally AFK for some reason, and he just dies. Nothing too crazy about this. Anyone can do this stuff. So here we are blue, and there's a large group here, and they're waiting to transfer out. And we see actually a second Bloodstalker up on the rocks in blue, and we know that this guy is actually a third party because I checked the tribe names before I engage, which is actually pretty important. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known this. And I'm actually just waiting for him to make a move, as I know that they'll likely think that he is me, since they've seen me before. They know I'm here, so we're just waiting for him, and he goes in, and I am waiting for him to make a mistake, or basically he gets Z'd, so he's taking the Z for us, so he gets Z'd first, I go in after, he's actually softening up one of them for me, and I'm able to just one-tap that guy, because he got him so low for me, and actually suddenly there's just a fourth guy, this is actually a different tribe, fourth party in the water, and he's got flippers on, so I follow him, and I just pull him in, and he dies like straight away. He's just a 1.8k melee Bloodstalker. It takes like 1 or 2 hits, and he's fucking dead. I go around the island and I'm watching the enemy Bloodstalker leave, and he's actually super slow. And that means that he got a kill, because he's got a fat kid on him and he's moving really slow. So I follow him into the water, and I'm just waiting for him to like go down. I was gonna try to Microraptor him. He actually swam underneath the water, so I'm actually just following him, slapping him with the C attack, which, mind you, does actually a fair bit of damage because of the amount of melee that the Stalker has. So he's actually taking a beating, and I'm not sure why he doesn't react, but like I'm just legitimately following him all the way to Jungle 1, spamming C, which is doing a lot of damage, and he actually starts to get really low because he starts to get eaten by his own Bloodstalker. And once he starts getting eaten, it's pretty predictable that he will go ashore and dismount, try and prevent himself from taking armor damage, and then, you know, once his armor breaks, he's dead as fuck. So, and it might seem kind of scummy that a lot of these kills are at obelisks, but we're just taking advantage of people making dumb decisions, and you can do this because a lot of people uploaded obelisks. Not only that, but I'm by myself, so these guys have a significant advantage, and I'll take any advantage I can get. There's no way to fair fight these guys, right? I can't just 1v2, or 1v3, or 1v4. Yeah, we pull him in, we go for the bola, and we missed the bola because he broke out right away, which is unlucky for us, but also unlucky for him that we have a 1.8k melee Bloodstalker, so he just dies pretty much instantly. He actually was a melee bob as well, which is kind of cool, but yeah, he wasn't as smart as me, I guess, because he's dead. And it was a little bit risky, but I decided to go for the Bloodstalker and finish it off. because I know that there's a mana nearby, but I don't want competition in the water. I don't want him to interfere with me when I'm trying to get kills in the water, so I finish it off, and you'll see a mana pass by at the end, just in time, and we finish him off and we get away. So right here we are coming out of the canyons, and we see a mana destroying this poor Bob's wooden house, and I feel like I have to avenge him. I anticipate that he's going to see me and come back to me, so I take out a Perlovia and I throw it down. He doesn't see me throw it, and it falls down, and it actually lands in a pretty shitty spot, so I'm kind of glad that it didn't end up stunning him, but my plan was to make it, to lead him to it, and he'd get stunned, and then I could kill him without having to worry about the mana freezing my Bloodstalker, which would be certain death almost. But we end up just following him around the island, or like this little peninsula here, and he comes too close to the shore. His mana takes a shit, and because I know that mana's always shit like twice, I wait for the second shit, and I pop up, and I grab him off, and he's dead. I actually land the bola this time, so even if he did escape, even if my Bloodstalker had like 1 melee and it did no damage, he would have died here no matter what. So if you had a level 5 Bloodstalker, you could have killed this guy straight up, because if you get the bola, you can club him out or you can combo him from the water. Super easy kill. Nothing super mechanical about it, just good planning and like smart play. That's all it is. And we're just C-attacking the mana because we want to kill it, because I want the saddle off of it. And keep in mind how I'm playing when I'm doing this. Like, I'm not just assuming that, alright, I've killed him and there's no more threat. I'm also assuming that he might have friends, so I'm like looking around left and right. I'm making sure that I'm like facing the opposite direction, so that if anyone comes, that they'd be like kind of confused. They might think that I'm like not paying attention, and they might do something that they wouldn't normally do, and it would let me get away. Basically, I'm just looking around everywhere, making sure that no one comes in, because if this guy is a friend, probably also on a mana, it would have been really bad if he caught me off guard just sitting still, C-attacking that mana. And it would be kind of shitty, stupid way to die just off of greed. So if you're careful, you can be a little bit more greedy, but you have to be like really careful. You have to pay attention, look all over the place, make sure that no one's going to come in from the side and finish you off. New server this time. We are on a different Ragnarok. This is from like a while ago, so I'm not sure what server this was. But there's a guy in flak here at the Ob, and he's sort of snooping around, and I'm just waiting for him to get to this edge so I can pull him in, because he's really close. So I pull him in, we actually end up flinging him out, and he chucks out a rhino. So this is a kind of an important thing to talk about, because this is a common thing, right? People just throw out a tame and it's not really expected. It kind of throws you off and you're like, what do I fucking do? So here, I couldn't really kill him in time, unfortunately. And I'm trying to pick him off again, but he's on cooldown. So I can't pick him, and there's like this hidden cooldown, if you don't know. This like hidden Bloodstalker cooldown where if you get picked, you can't get picked again for like 30 seconds or something. So he's running off. He gets away for the most part, and I'm just swimming around the water thinking of what to do. And kind of at the Ob, and he's like really skittish moving around, and I don't want to just jump in and try and grab him, because if I get Z'd, I am certainly fucking dead, and that would suck. So it would be a really stupid way to die, just a one-shot charge after being Z'd. It's not fun. I also don't want to take an assload of damage, because rhinos deal a fuckload of damage, and I could start getting eaten, and if that happens, I'm going to take a ton of damage, because this thing has so much melee. I'm basically just swimming around waiting to get an idea of how I can kill this guy, or for him to do something really stupid. Maybe for him to think that I'm gone and actually cryopod. He doesn't end up doing that. I see him get in the water over there, so I try and get to the other side as fast as possible. In retrospect, I probably could have just swung over the bridge or like over the rocks and gotten there, but I didn't. So this is just to show, I don't do everything perfectly, obviously, but I have to be perfect to do this stuff. It's like you can make a ton of mistakes. Just people don't capitalize on your mistakes that often, to be honest. So this guy is getting away. I'm just gonna get rid of the shark, because I don't want to get pulled into the water and then like the shark bites me and cancels the grab or anything. So I get rid of it, and he actually runs up this hill, and he's going. I know there's a bunch of rocks up there. They don't render in from here, but he goes up, and he's hiding behind this rock, and he stops moving. This is important, because I actually want to take advantage of this. And I'm pretty sure he's actually typing to me. He's typing like some dumb shit like team, so he could probably pick me into fucking inviting and getting killed. So I'm just sort of waiting around, and at this point, like, it just didn't occur to me the right play. But I think eventually, like really soon, I decide to actually have like more than 3 IQ. And I actually just go up behind him on this platform here, and I'm just gonna chuck a Microraptor at him. Like I'm literally just gonna throw it, and rhinos are small, so it should jump right on him. And just so I just throw it down. He's barely moving. It just hits the ground and it flies after him. He gets stuck on a rock. He gets stunned. I fly down, slap him, and I slap him twice, and he's fucking dead. Pretty simple kill. Not much to it. Pretty much purely from the Microraptor. This is something that takes 30 seconds to tame and hard counters like a lot of shit in the game. It's also like really doesn't matter if it dies, so it's like super worth just tame one and have it on you. I don't know why people don't do it, but I guess they're just lazy. But I mean, that thing entirely secured me that kill safely, mind you. Like I could have gotten it by just jumping down and grabbing him, but there was no safer option than what I just did. In this clip, we're actually out in the desert, southwest desert on Rag, and we see this mana. He's just jumping around. He's making the mistake of freezing PvE. Please don't do this. Freeze beam is actually so fucking loud, you can hear that shit from super far away. So we track him down, and it's really obvious. We're just waiting for him to get close to the shore, because I don't want to get frozen. I don't know how much melee his mana has. He gets a bit too close, and he stands still, and we pull him off. We're pulling him into the water. He gets flung because he breaks out at the wrong time, and I just see him to death. He tries to grapple away, but it was too late. He's just dead. Super easy kill. Pretty cool looking mana, actually. Unfortunate that it had to die, but I want that fucking saddle, so I'm killing that shit. So here's a clip. This is a really nice clip, actually. So we see a mana, and he actually was at blue. I didn't record it, but he was at blue. Sorry, green. And he was looking at timers. So we know this guy wants to upload. And I just got here, and I'm gonna chuck a Perlovia down. And it's on aggressive, and it should stun him as soon as he lands on the ob. This is actually big brain fucking 900,000 IQ play, because no one uses Perlovias like this, and I think it's they're kind of underrated. You know, I'm out here bugging out, fucking glitching out in the trees. He gets stunned, I climb down, he's fucking can't even move, I just slap him twice and he's just dead. Super easy kill. Finish off the mana. He had some sheep on him. I bury the Perlovia again, so if someone comes, they don't kill it. But I can use it again. Just finish it off, steal that saddle. Super cool, super easy kill. Just shows how if you plan and actually like think of something that you can do to gain an advantage in a fight before it happens, then you can actually see significant benefits from that. Because if we didn't this Perlovia down, this guy would have been able to fight back, but in this situation, he literally could not fight back. He's just stunned, he couldn't even fucking move. His mana's stunned too, he can't do anything, he's just dead. This is just some random shit. I'm here at a desert drop and I see this dude holding a flamethrower and I just fucking slap him. He's naked, and I don't even get a flamethrower from it. What the fuck? How did he get out here? He had no tame? He's just naked in the middle of the desert. Weird, bro. This clip is a classic example of how to deal with two players at the same time. So we got two manas, probably the worst scenario for Bloodstalker. These guys see me and they're just fucking with me, trying to freeze me. There's nothing they can actually do to me. But the issue, the problem here is that they shouldn't be doing this. This is really risky for them, because if they get grabbed, they're dead. If they freeze me, I'm fine. I'm out in the middle of the water. They're not going to be able to hold the beam on long enough for it to kill me. So these guys are messing up big time. And a lot of people do this for some reason. I'm not sure why, but some people just get really fascinated by Bloodstalkers in the water, and they just want to check you out the whole time, and they end up getting fucking killed. And this guy's out by himself. His buddy left. Like, his buddy's not even here. This happens all the time with dealing with two players. They do this shit all the time. He falls in the water. He's trying to swim back, but I catch him, and sees Buddy in a second here try to come. He can't make it in time. His friend's trying to throw bolas, or sorry, his friend's trying to throw Z's. It doesn't work. Sorry, bud. Here comes the mana. He's freezing his own allied mana for some reason, and that's how that's done. Super easy. He just split up from his partner. He made the mistake of trying to kill me in the water for some reason, and he's dead. Here's another example. We're at Green Ob. We see a griffin. He's flying straight up after hitting the obelisk, which is a sure sign that he's trying to upload and he has some good shit on him. You never really skybox like that unless you have some good shit on you. We've actually put a Perlovia down, and this motherfucker appears out of thin air. I don't know where the fuck he came from, but he gets Perlovia'd, and his shit's stunned. He's not, but his griffin is, and he's just fucking dead. You can see he had an inventory filled with cryopods, and I actually end up giving these back to him because I don't need them, but that goes to show that you really need to be careful, that patience pays off. I actually talked to the dudes after this. That was literally everything they owned that I just took from them, because this guy was playing like an idiot. Here's another clip. This isn't actually solo, but I figured some people might want to see some non-solo stuff too, so I'm actually not the one on the wyvern. I'm actually the dude on the owl back there, and you'll see me flying around on the owl. I get fucking hit by that poison ball mid-air, by the way, so that's why I'm fucking laughing. But I'm trying to freeze this guy, and this guy is making a huge mistake. Like, he's trying to freeze an owl, which is kind of pointless because there's no way he's ever going to be able to deal enough damage to kill me or scare me away, and he's just risking being dismounted. And sure enough, he tries his luck and gets dismounted, and my friend, his name is Pekarn, he gets an easy kill, and this guy fucking's dead because he tried his luck and got fucked. And he thinks that I'm guts, but I'm not. So I hope you all are enjoying the new style of videos that I'm making, and I hope that they're helpful to a lot of you guys, and I know that a lot of people liked the last one that I did, so I decided to do this one like this as well. This wasn't live reaction. I know the last one was, this one wasn't. So maybe you guys prefer this way. I'm not sure. But if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and it really helps me out.